Hi, Kevin here. Today we're going to fix a lemon meringue pie. And I'm going to make the pie almost exactly as my mother used to do every year for my birthday. And that was with a boxed lemon pie filling mix. And the first thing you need is the meringue. For this, you need 4 large egg whites. Rather, I should say the whites from 4 large eggs. And these are at room temperature. And I will be beating these in my stand mixer. And I have the whisk attachment here. And we're going to beat these just until they begin to foam. I'll do this at medium speed. Okay, they're starting to foam. So now I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is an acid and it helps to stabilize the egg whites. So that's a ½ teaspoon. And I'm also going to add a ½ teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then I'm going to beat the whites just until they start to create volume. And I'm going to turn the camera off and I'll come back when the whites are at a voluminous stage. All right, the egg whites are beginning to climb, so now I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and I'm going to gradually add a ½ cup of regular granulated sugar. All right, and then I'm going to continue beating the egg whites until they achieve stiff peaks. So we'll be right back. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, these are stiffly beaten egg whites. Now, this took, not more than 4 minutes to do. Really, because my egg whites were at room temperature. So, that off. I will be licking this off camera. All right, now let me move you over to the stovetop so we can make the filling. Now, I forgot to tell you that the reason I made the meringue first is because you were supposed to put the meringue on top of the hot pie filling. So, what you do is pour the mix into a saucepan, and then you add a ½ cup of sugar and a ¼ cup of water. And then give that a whisk. I don't know if you can see, but this mixture has a very pretty yellow color. Okay, then you whisk in 2 egg yolks. These are from large eggs. And that color is turning even prettier now after I've added the egg yolks. And then add 2 cups of water. Quick whisk. Now, this is not in the directions, but I'm going to add the zest of 1 lemon, just to give the filling a little more zing. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this to a boil over medium heat while stirring constantly. And I'm going to stir with a spatula because if I use the whisk, it would create a lot of bubbles, and I don't want bubbles in the filling. Okay, so we'll come back when this has achieved a boil. Right, while we're waiting for this to come to the boil, I wanted to tell you about the ingredients in this mix. So we have cornstarch, sugar, food starch, citric acid, that's vitamin C, natural flavor, salt, and yellow food coloring. So it's not too bad. I mean, I've seen, these instant mixes for other things that read like a science experiment. So not too many ingredients in this lemon pie filling. Okay, again, we'll come back when this comes to a boil. All right, we've come to a full boil. So now I'm supposed to turn off the heat and then let this cool for 5 minutes, stirring twice. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll pour this into the pie shell. All right, this is the pie crust that I made yesterday, and I filmed the video for you, so I hope you'll give it a watch. So this crust is an all butter crust, and it only took about 20 minutes to make. Okay, so I'm going to add the filling. I want you to see how pretty this is. Yeah, you want the filling to be quite hot when it goes into the crust, because the hot filling is going to cook the bottom of the meringue topping. And my oven is preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, and now it's time to add the meringue. And this is how I do the meringue. I always start at the edge of the pie, very close to the crust. Sorry, I'm going to use my fingers here. I don't know any other way to do this. I'm going to get that right against the crust. It's a very nice meringue. Yeah, so this pie is actually very easy to do if you use the mix. If you make the pie entirely from scratch, of course it's very good too. But I hate to say this, but I don't honestly know that the from scratch lemon meringue is that much better than a lemon meringue pie made with that little pie mix. Here we go. Get the center done. Yeah, and 4 egg whites was certainly the right amount to use for this. The box directions said to just use 2 egg whites. And I think that would be sort of a disappointing meringue topping. There wouldn't be much of it. Okay, now I'm going to smooth this out because I don't want to have a lot of, spiky peaks here, because they tend to burn when they're in the oven. All right, this looks really nice, I have to say. Wipe off my hand. All right, and then this goes into the oven just until the crust starts to brown, and that's going to take Sorry, I had to check to see how long this is supposed to be in the oven. So 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. So the meringue should start to brown on top. All right, we'll come back when this gets done. All right, here's the pie straight out of the oven. And I did bake the meringue for 12 minutes. So it turned nice golden brown on top. Unfortunately, we have to let this cool to room temperature and then refrigerate it for 3 to 4 hours before we can taste of it. So I will come back when this is nice and cool. All right, here's the pie. I only let it cool for about 90 minutes, so the lemon filling isn't quite set up yet, but I'm hungry. I'm eager to taste this. Isn't this pretty? So let's have a taste of it. All right, bon appetit. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm really glad that I added the lemon zest to the lemon pie filling. Oh, it's not too sweet, it's just tart and very fragrant. And of course the meringue is wonderful. I hope I don't have meringue all over my lips. And of course the crust, the all butter crust, is fabulous. Now I will put a link to the pre-baked crust in the description box below. I will also put the ingredients for the pie in the description box. So I hope you will give this pie a try someday. It's really not hard to do, as you've just seen. And thank you so much for watching. Oh, I wanted to tell you my birthday is on Tuesday, so this is an extra early birthday present for me. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.